Hi, everybody. It's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? Welcome to our show tonight. Is episode 223. Can you believe that? 223. It is November 23rd, 2021. It is officially Thanksgiving week. It's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. There's a lot going on. And let me just say that I have always been, it's my favorite holiday. Whatever you think of it, it's my favorite holiday. And I have a lot of reasons why it's my favorite holiday. One, my family is so much fun, and we all used to get together. There was usually between 20 and 25 of us around a table. And what we would do is usually my mother was the Thanksgiving person, and we had a pool table down in our basement, and which would turn into a ping pong table. So my dad would put the ping pong table on it without the net, of course, and we'd put tons of tablecloths, and everybody would sit around the table, and we would have around this ping pong table that we covered, and we would have 20 to 25 people there every year.
Wow.
Yes. So for me, Thanksgiving was so many amazing things, and it centered around there was just so much joy. Oh, speaking of my family, Rena Cunali-Berge has joined us. Rena, I was talking about how my mother used to do Thanksgiving every year and how amazing it was. It was also my grandfather Jerry, who was my idol of my life. It was his birthday on November 22nd. And my Uncle Nicky, who was I thought he was the coolest thing that ever walked the earth. I still think he is. And my mother's brother. He was only 14 years old when I was born, so he used to take me everywhere. And his birthday was November 23rd. So the two of them, they were father and son. We would celebrate their birthdays on Thanksgiving after we ate all kinds of food. It was amazing. Italians don't just have turkey. I don't know if you've ever been to an Italian Thanksgiving. Once I moved to New York, I used to cook a lot of them myself. You have antipasto. You have lasagna. Lasagna is the big thing on Thanksgiving. My Ziana used to usually make that. You have a couple of meatballs. They bring out everything, roast, everything you can imagine, sausage and meatballs and everything. And then you would have the turkey.
And then
you would have So yes, Italian Thanksgivings were exactly that. And so when I moved to New York, I took on that tradition because I couldn't never get home for Thanksgiving. It was very rare that I could, because I was, how it is when you're either doing a show, which for many years I was in shows, or you're working in piano bars, you don't really get, even if you have Thanksgiving off, you have to work either the night before or the day after.
Yep.
Which this year I'm working Thanksgiving at Brandy's, by the way, and I'm very excited about that. Then I'm going home the next day for a second high school reunion. My Stoneham High School reunion. That's going to be a blast. Then we rehearse the next morning with New Dawn Productions, and I'm driving home that same night to work at Brandy's on Saturday. So I'm working Thursday at Brandy's. I'm off on Friday. I think Dave Foley Jr. is working for me, and then I'll be back Saturday. So it's crazy, but it's just the way it's always been. You know how it is. What, were you going to say something, Leo? Because
Rena said she's those are some of her favorite memories.
Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay, finally. And I'm also going to, I love to put Rena, I agree. The memories of Thanksgiving are amazing. And her dad and mom and brothers would be there. It was my sister, her husband, her stepson would be there around the table. My family, of course, my grandfather, my grandmother, my Uncle Nicky.
Those were the days of the big. I remember that when my cousins would come over when we were kids, and and it would be like you said, a big long table.
Right.
Everybody was there. Now we were a Mexican family, but we still had meatballs at the table. Let me tell you.
You see,
I was talking about family members, but
well, yeah, I'm telling you. Okay, hold on a second. Let me lower this. Good, because lots of times on my phone, if I go to the Maria Gentile page, I can see different comments for some reason. So
the other pages that don't come up because they're not on our Maria page.
Okay, so Leo, talk about our YouTube channel.
YouTube channel. Oh, where we have all of our wonderfulness. Actually, I was looking at something a little earlier. I'll bring it up right now. But we have all of Maria's shows from episode 1. How many years ago was that? 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
All the way to tonight, episode 223.
23. Wow.
That's 223 weeks. I love that. That's amazing.
So that's over 4 years. And Chris DePiero was our first guest. That's why I want him to be number one. Oh my God. I want him to be number one on the calendar. Now, guys and girl that are doing the calendars, we really cannot stress that we need your photos for the calendar by Thursday. Let's say Friday, because I know we're busy on Thursday, but let's get those in because we have to submit those.
Yep.
Leo,
and we're going to send it to what's a story with Maria at gmail.com.
Yes, and Leo will be our editor. He will be taking care of that. Thank God for Leo Rodriguez. Leo Rodriguez. So we want to thank Jim Bell. He's our producer and engineer on Armed Radio, armeddigitalmedia.com, Armed Radio Global. He is in New Hampshire. Happy Thanksgiving, Jimmy Bell. And we want to say happy Thanksgiving to all of you. And like I said, for me, Thanksgiving has amazing memories. That's why it's my favorite holiday. So another reason why I love Thanksgiving is because of all that goes on in the country, across the country. Marching bands. Last year, we had Eddie Kutu call into the show. I think it was before we started using our StreamYard, but anyway, Ed Kutu is a big marching band guy. A lot of my high school friends were marching band people, and they still in Plymouth, Massachusetts. I think this Sunday, Eddie could tell us more about that. But Eddie's working till 9 tonight. Their Blade Salon is open till 9 tonight. Tomorrow night.
You got to get that turkey do done.
I know they're done because they're closed Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And same thing with my sister. She's working till late. So all the hairdressers are working late tonight. All the bakeries are working late this week. Today is the busiest travel day of the year.
And people are traveling. They are
traveling. When I used to Uber, and I will be back to Ubering at some point. I just don't actually have any time to Uber because I'm working so much, which is thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so grateful for my work. So I'm not complaining about work. But when I used to Uber, I remember that was the biggest day for Uber drivers. We would you'd start as early as you could. You'd be dropping off people at the airport and you'd pick up right away and drop people off back and forth all day. And the longer you work, the more money you could make.
Yeah.
And it's also, you get stuck in a lot of traffic.
That's why I can never be Uber. I'm the patience for traffic. Everybody remember, I just started re-driving again after 20 some years of not.
Yeah, but I gotta tell you, I miss Ubering because I just don't have time to do it right now. But I met some of the most interesting people you could imagine, and it's like a flash. They're in your car for that time, and then they're gone.
Yep,
and that's it. And then you've exchanged this amazing energy and amazing stories, and then they're on their way, and you're on your way. But you have the experience. It's really something. And as a writer, I really appreciated it. But I do want to we're going to bring in one of our guests soon. But before we do that, I want to say happy birthday to my Uncle Nicky in Stoneham, Massachusetts.
Happy birthday, fellow Sagittarian.
He's amazing. Oh, right. First day of Sagittarius. And Leo, your birthday's coming up in a few weeks. Next week?
The week after. Yep, me and Feliciano. Yep, we're the same day.
Wow, we might have him pop on the show, maybe.
Ooh,
he's so hot. Hey, we need to get him doing a calendar.
Yeah, why hasn't he? Yes,
we need to get him. Oh my God! Okay.
I met our guest earlier today, and I think that he would also contribute.
Oh,
he should also contribute. Oh yeah.
All right. So before we bring on our guest, the shout out to Uncle Nicky. I want to give another shout out to my mom. Here is my beautiful mother. It was her favorite holiday. And she would say to my dad, "Today I am a pilgrim." And my father would say, "There are no Italian pilgrims." And she'd say, "I am a pilgrim today." So she fought the good fight of being a pilgrim. Anyway, so this is my mom. She made these costumes for herself, for my niece Leah, who's now 30, and and Rena's niece, who is now I don't know if Jessica is quite 30, but she's close to it. And she has a baby of her own now. So this is really a special picture. And my mom just loved Thanksgiving. And ironically enough, my mom passed away on November 26, 2009, which fell on Thanksgiving. It was her favorite day. And it was no coincidence that she would choose that out of 365 days to head onto her journey in heaven. So I will always like to give a shout out to my mom. And the 26th, which is Friday, I'm heading home for my family. My high school reunion, and I feel like it's a good omen.
And do you want to? And then you said also New Dawn, which we have that information up here for people that have not gotten their tickets yet, unless you've sold out.
No, but I got to tell you, the first show is almost sold out. Can you believe it? Bethany and I were going through our reservation list last night, and we were like, what the hell? Because of course, a ton of people from my family are coming, and my first high school reunion, a ton of those wonderful people are coming. And she's got a ton of people. She's one of 7. She's an one of 7 Irish siblings. So you can imagine they're all coming. It's going to be amazing. So if you would like to go, there are 2 shows, December 5th and December 19th. They're both Sunday nights. Now, Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. It's $60 per person, but that includes dinner and a show. And it's at the Peabody Black Box Theater in Peabody, Massachusetts. So the information is up there. It's Making Spirits Bright is the name of the show. It's 5 of us, really great people. I'm in such good company. And if you would like to reserve tickets and pay for them, you can reach out to Bethany at Sing, SING, the number 4, UYOU 2021 at Gmail. Sing for you 2021 at Gmail. You can also call. The number is to call 617-538-1216. You can also reach out to me a lot. My family's been reaching out to me, so that's fine too. Okay, so these are all wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving things. I look forward to it. I'm working at Brandy's. Hi, Darcy Blakesley. Oh my God. And Manny Soto, that's Chuck's guy. They're engaged. So Manny is adorable. Our Puerto Rican.
So this is a couple's photo shoot.
Yeah,
huh?
Adorable. So what I was going to say was there's a lot going on. Please reach out to us. We're trying to find the little outfit to put on Alessia this year. Oh my God, Rena, it might be at my dad's. That outfit is probably in my mother's hope chest. If I know my mother, she was very, very organized. And I bet it's in that hope chest.
Just get it before 10 p.m.
Oh, not even 10. My dad goes to bed at 8:30. Lights out at 8:30, Rena, at my dad's house. She's got to get there during the day. Oh my God.
So do they have Thanksgiving at Rena's house now since she is El Capitan, so to speak?
Well, Rena, I think that they divided up, I think. Rena, type in what's going on this year because there's so many of them because she has 3 brothers and they all are married and they all have tons of kids. And
yeah.
Then, now they're old enough to have boyfriends and girlfriends. And so they're all going to their in-laws. But I don't know.
And are you going to cook? Are you going to cook it all?
Me?
In your...
well, thank you. I know we got to. Okay, so here's our merchandise. I know we're talking a lot tonight, but here's our merchandise. We have a tote bag for $10. What's the story with Maria? And on the back it says, "Go ahead, keep eating." And now plastic is out, so you have to pay for bags when you go. That's a wonderful tote bag. Also, our mug, $10 for a mug. Go ahead, keep eating. Thank you, Leo. And here's a way younger version of me on the other side. So also delicious drinks are served in this.
I have my coffee with Maria every morning.
I love it, Leo. And then, of course, our tour de force item. Go ahead, keep eating apron. This is $25, but it's worth every penny. It washes and wears beautifully. And it's just our most popular item. So much so that we're doing a calendar. Nothing but the apron calendar. And we already have a ton of people, all guys except for Judy. But it's open to girls and guys. We just need you to wear the apron, take a picture of yourself so it looks like you have nothing on underneath. Even you can have stuff on, but give the appearance that it's nothing but the apron. Mm-hmm. And you will be one of the months in our calendar. I think we're going to have to go. Jay Rivera, please.
Yeah.
There he is. Can you take a picture of yourself, nothing but the apron, and submit it to What's the Story with Maria at Gmail, and we're putting you in the calendar.
I think I have those photos already. Oh, I mean, no.
No, he took a picture of himself, but I don't think he's nothing but the apron. Chuck Santoro. Okay. So oh my God, there's Judy now. Oh, Judy. Did you see what she wrote? You read it, Leo. I can't read it.
Oh, she's showing her beep. You have a donkey?
You are the only
When did you buy a donkey?
I think she has to be October because that's her birthday month. Okay, Pupa, you are October then. Jay Rivera, yes, I can. Jay is going to be in the calendar. Our next guest, let's see if we can talk him into being in the calendar. He's not just incredibly intelligent.
Chuck.
The joie de vivre coming out of every pore in his body, but he is so smart and cute and my friend for many, many years, at least 25, Chuck Santoro.
Yay. Maria Gentile.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Leo, you know Chuck, right?
We met earlier today, and I remember the stories of FAO Schwarz the last time.
Well, Liz and I were on years ago, Maria, like over 3 years ago. We came to your apartment. And
yes,
we had dinner.
We did have dinner, and it was one of my favorite shows because we couldn't stop laughing. At all the stories from FAO Schwarz.
I mean, that was Arthur stories. We have so many stories, Maria. I mean, that's the thing when you've been friends as long as we have. We met in 95.
That's wow, Chuck. That's a long time.
It's a long time.
And I used to love to come to your mom's house for Thanksgiving.
Oh my God. My mom loves having you.
I love your mom. I love all your family, but your mom is kind of my favorite.
You and my mom have a bond, and I think there's something about you're saying about your mom loving Thanksgiving. My mother loves Thanksgiving. I think it's something because it's about food and family. Right. So, and that's really all it is. It's not like gifts or, other stuff. It's just like food and family, and that's it. And I think that's what you focus on, and that's what it's about. And my mother's always loved
sometimes you sit around and play cards at your family's house. We played all kinds of games after
dinner.
Yeah.
While you're waiting for all the courses, because there's so many courses after a while. There's the Italian course, because we had the Italian course, and then you had the American course, which was the turkey, and then there was, so many appetizers, and then the dessert, and it gets out of hand.
Well, your family's like that anyway. Like I came over for Easter, and it's like that. It's just endless. I love it though.
Endless.
I love it.
It's like an endless buffet.
Yeah. So for me, Thanksgiving was like my favorite holiday for all these reasons that we just mentioned. Yeah. But we could just do 2 hours on just what you do because you're amazing, Chuck, and you've always been that guy. So first, let me say hi to Jay Rivera is there. Andy Prasky, he's a great Jersey guy. You guys would love each other, actually.
Jersey, I'm in Jersey right now.
I know. Andy's an amazing, you guys have a lot in common, actually, with the business that you're in. Vincenzo D'Amato, he is my friend from Massachusetts, a family friend. Hi, Jimmy. Okay. So now, though, we've done so much together with FAO Schwarz and all that. However, a few years ago, oh my God, new corporate.
I do. So that's my visit. So we just started a podcast at Proscenium.
Oh, wow.
We just started it a few months ago. Proscenium turned 10 years old this year.
Tell everybody what Proscenium is.
So Proscenium is my company. We do corporate events. So big meetings for corporations, internal meetings, sales rallies, product launches, and the like that. So we have an office on 36th Street.
Which I've been to. It's a beautiful office.
It's a beautiful office. We love it. I wish I could be there. We're going to hopefully reopen it in March. These are some of the things we've done. But we just launched a podcast, which is really great. A guy on my team is amazing at podcasts and is our host, Jeremy Dobris. He's our moderator. And the one that I'm in is coming out in December, which is, there it is, how corporate events are like Broadway shows.
Well, that makes total sense.
Right? So, and I'm doing it with my friend and client, Katrina Kent. So we're going to be talking about some of the work that we've done in the past and how we've, used Broadway and just theater in general and the arts into corporate events. So that's coming out in December.
By the way, not to interrupt you, but my friend Sylvia DeLuca Santoro just said, "Love you both." We love you, Sil.
Who loves? I mean, come on, she's the best. She's the queen mother. The queen mother.
There's nobody better than Sil.
There is
nothing
nobody better.
so.
And I know you just visited her recently. She had a lovely time with you. Thank you
Oh,
for going to Paramus.
You know what the problem when I visit Cilla is? I don't want to leave. We
Well,
yap
she doesn't
and
want you to
yap
leave.
and yap and yap.
Yeah, well, there's so much.
There's so much to cover. And
There's
we
so much.
really see the world very similarly.
You do. And there's that Italian mentality. You just grow, you know, you're raised a certain way. So there's just a certain, and I knew that from the moment I met you when we're doing Tony and Tina's back then. And that was the special thing about doing Tony and Tina's was you just create these bonds with people and you have a commonality about how you grew up with the Italian heritage.
And Chuck, you and I mean, let's go back and remember, you and I wrote all those scripts for Gypsy of the Year, Easter Bonnet.
Easter Bonnet.
We would do all those amazing shows with Tony
and Billy Hipkins. Billy Hipkins. I'll never forget the first time we did it, and it was just so amazing to be on that Broadway stage of all of us together doing those skits.
Yeah, and Billy Hipkins still does wardrobe for many, many, many shows. He might be doing Diana right now.
I think he is.
Yeah, I think I saw a post, but he's always doing something. And Rose Keough.
Oh, God, I love Rose Keough.
Rose Keough, also wonderful wardrobe. I was talking about her the other night. Quickly and quietly.
Quickly and quietly, everyone. Quickly and quietly.
She was always yelling at me. I was always in trouble.
Because we always were talking too much, Maria. Because we were talking too much, and she wanted us out. She's like, quickly, out, 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 out.
Oh, right.
We had our dressing room was like as big as this. Like our dressing room was like this, and we're all on top of each other trying to get changed. 30 people,
one dressing room, guys.
30 people in one dressing room.
There was
we all saw
privacy
everything.
whatsoever.
No privacy. There was nothing.
But nobody cared.
Nobody cared.
We had to do things in rounds.
We did. Well, leaving was fine because we staggered that, but all of us trying to get out.
Forget it. Yeah.
Forget about it. Forget about it.
Okay, now I mean, I always want you on, but one of the reasons I really wanted you on this week was because you've done the Thanksgiving Day Parade a few times.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay.
The Thanksgiving Day Parade. It is pretty special to be a part of that. I was fortunate to be in it twice. And then I had great memories going back to memories. My father used to take Renee and I, who you also know, like when we were little kids, the first time I would ever go to New York, I was maybe 8, she was 6, would take us in, bundle us up to the Thanksgiving Day Parade. And I'll never forget the smell of chestnuts. It was so specific. There was a chock full of nuts coffee shop, and we'd always go there, and he'd put us on his shoulders, and my mother would stay home. She never came because she was cooking. And
right.
Of course, because we were having everybody over. Because Nanny was coming over. If Nanny was in town, if Nanny was in town. It's a big deal. But sometimes she only came for Christmas because by then she was in Florida, but you never knew. So I have such good memories of seeing that parade. And I knew back then that New York was special. Seeing that parade, it was like, oh my God, this is so close to Paramus. It's so close to our house. And this magical thing happens on the street. And these huge turkeys and these balloons and it was just larger than life. And I think that was a very early memory of wanting to be in New York was the Thanksgiving Day Parade.
You know what, Chuck, and what you said about actually being there, like anybody across the country and probably now at the world can turn on Thanksgiving, turn on the parade and watch it. And I got teary-eyed the first year I lived in New York because I realized I was here because I had watched it my entire life in Massachusetts. And then I realized, oh my God, I'm here in the center of this. And there's just nothing like it. Now, you tell me about you and your family. You recruited your family.
We were all in it, but it started even before we were in it. There was a time. So in my business, so I do these events, right? And one year I was doing this corporate event. It was Walmart's holiday show that actually happened in August, right? So I had this concept of how do you promote the holidays? So I was having Santa be on CEO of this board. So it was like this corporate, it wasn't a corporation, it was like an association. It was Santa and the Easter Bunny and a leprechaun. And I did non-traditional casting. I cast an African-American woman as a pilgrim. See, you can do anything. I was like, no, I casted Roger Rifkin. He was a very Jewish Easter Bunny. So it was a fun little thing, right?
Right.
So I needed a Santa. So I called my friend Wesley, who worked at Macy's. Amazing guy, Wesley Watley. He's a creative director there. And I was like, you got to know Santa, right? Because Santa's really good Santas from Macy's. So he put me in touch. He's like, I got the man. I got Santa. And he's the guy who's at the end of the parade, the guy,
Of
the
course.
Santa. So I'm like, all right, well, I met him. I'm like, hired. So he comes to this thing, right? So we're doing the, it's a video, right? About the Santa. So, and he's so Maria, he is Santa. So he calls me one day because he's going to be late. And he goes, ho, 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 will you accept a call from the North Pole?
No.
Oh, swear to God. I was like, hi, Santa. And he goes, I'm running a little late, Chuck, but I'll be right in as soon as Blitzen is I was like, okay, great, Santa. So Santa comes, right? So Santa's late, and he's this guy is amazing. He is Santa, right? So we're rehearsing, and it's a big camera, I have a whole camera crew and everyone's there, and we're rehearsing, and all of a sudden we're like, okay, ready, action. So he comes in, and he's wearing a shirt with suspenders and his red pants. And I'm like, cut. I was like, where's your jacket? He goes, oh, if I was coming to a meeting, I wouldn't be wearing my red jacket. That's for outside. I was like, yeah, but we need the jacket. I mean, you're coming into this meeting. I need the jacket. He goes, not inside. I wear that outside.
Oh,
and I was
my God.
Okay, you know what? You were in a rush, issue with the sleigh, and you just had to come in quick. You didn't have time to take off your jacket. How's that? Oh, okay. Okay. Serious, right? So flash forward, I'm at the parade, right? I'm in seats. I'm in bleacher seats. I have nice tickets for my business partner, his family, his kids. They were young at the time. All these kids are around, and we're at the end of the parade. And Santa comes. It's the end of the parade, the float. And Santa's like, ho, ho, and he's all that stuff. And he sees me, and he yells, and he goes, Chuck, ho, 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 Chuck. And he yells my name. And all this, Mark's, my business partner's son, turns to me and goes, you know Santa.
Oh.
And all these kids turn to me and goes, you know Santa. And I said, yes. And Santa told me this. Whenever he touches his nose, that means he sees you. This guy was magic. He still is. I forward to the parade because he's at the end of the parade. So then anyway, that was my first time getting to watch the parade VIP on these things.
Right,
okay.
Right.
So then my mother one day says, all right, Charles, she has her bucket list. And we've done a lot on my mother's bucket list. It's very important. We've gone to Brazil for Carnival. We did the Sound of Music tour because she wanted to do that. And she's like, I want to be in the parade. In the 60s, I led the parade as a majorette in Bergenfield, New Jersey, and I want to be back in the parade.
I love it.
Okay. And knowing my mother, and she goes, oh, and I don't want to hold a balloon. I want to be a character. All right, Mom.
Wow, Sil.
Okay. You know my mother.
I do know your mother.
You know my mother well. B. Arthur Prem, and she wants a character. So, okay. So I call my friend Wesley again. I was like, hey, and he met my mother, and everyone loves my mother. You meet my mother, you love my mother. My mother's a part of my life. Right. So he knew my mother, and I said, listen, so my mother, she wants to be in the parade, but she doesn't want to hold a balloon. Can you help? And can you help me? He goes, give me her sizes. All right. So I give him sizes. So he's like, all right, I got an idea. Great guy. And I said, please, it means a lot to me. And so he goes, okay, your mother's going to be Mother Nature. She goes, she's going to be on the rocking horse float. Okay, great. So I'm thrilled. So I call my mother. I'm like, and I announce it at a family dinner. Mom's going to be Mother Nature. Yay. And Renee and my sister goes, what about us? You didn't get parts for us? I was like, Renee, this isn't on your list. It's on Mom's. She goes, well, what about me? What about Kyle? What about Dad? What about you? I'm like, well, I didn't ask. I didn't want to be pushy. I was very happy for Mom because on her bucket list, not yours. So I was like, all right, I'll ask. I call Wesley. Hi. So my family, all the Santoros, what can you do? Give me your sizes. I send the sizes. He calls me back, and he's great. So he's like, all right, your sister's going to be the Queen of Hearts. Your father's going to be Old King Cole. You're going to be the Pied Piper, and Kyle is going to be Jack Frost. And you're all going to be by the Shrek balloon because you're all storybook characters. And you do this. We're like, great. He goes, but your mother isn't going to be necessarily with you because Mother Nature is in a different area with the seasons. I'm like, okay, that's fine. We don't have to be together. Okay, we get the crack of dawn. We go to the New Yorker hotel where everyone's putting on makeup. And my mother got full face, huge wig. She has this flowing green dress and she has this huge sunflower scepter. Okay, great. So we get to the place and she's on this, Maria, she's on a rocking horse, but that is being pulled by a truck. And it goes, boom, boom.
No.
Boom, boom, and she gets motion sickness. So here she is, all by herself, holding on for dear life. And at one point, no one knows who she is, right? And at one point, some kid yells, "Look, it's Lady Gaga!"
No. And it was Sylvia Santoro.
As mother, and she goes, "No, it's Mother Nature."
Like, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you, Lady Gaga?
Oh my God! Do you have any pictures from that day?
Well, I have one. So I have one. I sent it to Leo too. This is my sister and I. Okay, so this is a funnier story. So that's me as the Pied Piper, and that's my sister, but not as the Queen of Hearts. So this is what happened. This is the second year. Okay. So the second year, my sister like, let's do it again, and my mother's like, I'm done. Kyle's done. My father's done. So we called, but we called too late, and they already gave away the Queen of Hearts costume.
Okay.
So she's like, I don't care. I just want to do it. I had such a great time and seeing the kids' faces and all this stuff. So she is supposed to be one of the Fiddlers 3, like Hey Diddle Diddle, the Cat and the Fiddle, right?
Right.
Fiddlers 3, right. But there was no other fiddlers. So this is what's hysterical. We're in this parade. It's just her and I. And there's an announcer announcing us, okay? And so he goes, look, everyone, it's Mother Goose and Alice in Wonderland, and it's the Pied Piper, and it's, and Renee goes, I'm the fiddler. She goes, and the guy's like, okay, join the parade. He didn't know what the hell she was. She was one fiddle. She looked so random. And she was like, they don't even know they knew all of us. They didn't know who my sister was. And to this day, my sister and I, sometimes, if we don't know what to say, we just say, join the parade.
That is fantastic. You see why I had to have you on? I had to have you on for Thanksgiving week. 1 second. Leo. I know.
I'm glad I'm not listening because I've been laughing so loud in the past.
He had to mute himself. Leo, can you believe this? And the thing is, we've been friends for so long, and Chuck and I could literally talk for 8 hours on end.
I'm totally remembering that phrase, Schwarz. I remember I asked you what episode it was last time. I'm totally remembering because I remember laughing this hard at the story then too. Oh my goodness.
Now listen, let me know when
Ricky?
Yeah, because he's teaching a class until I think 9:30, and then he's gonna pop on. But Chuck, you don't have to leave. We'll just put you in the green room and then bring you back. But anyway, oh my God, I know. And Chuck's family is hysterical. And also, like, there's so many great things about your family. So now what is the phrase you say?
Join the parade.
Because they didn't know what the hell she was. So they knew everybody, and she was like, I'm a fiddler. And the guy's all the way up there, and my sister's over there. She goes, I'm a fiddler. And he didn't know what she said. So he's just like, join the parade.
No, but I love that your mother was done after the first year.
Charles, I did it. Check it
okay,
off the list.
bucket list done. That's enough.
It was early. It was early, and I got seasick. She goes, I got car sick on a rocking horse. How's that possible?
And then she told me that she had to go to the bathroom the whole time.
She did have to go to the bathroom, and she's so far up. She's like on a high horse, and she couldn't, because I said to her, I said, you can't get down, and I'm by the Shrek balloon, so you can't call me. You're alone on this. So I'm like, boom. Boom. She lost her scepter. Her wig by the time was like this by the end. She was a mess.
Oh my God! All right, first, let's check in with our guests.
Okay.
So Barry Silver has joined us. Hi, Barry, honey. How are you? Brendan Ryan has joined us. Hi, Brendan. Good to see you. Gail Harney Stanitza has joined us. Phil Formicola.
Whoa!
Formicola, who
Phil Formicola.
He played Mr. Nunzio. He's joined us.
That's
Jerry
great.
Mastrolia, who we love, another
Hi,
great
Jerry.
We love Jerry Mastrolia.
So
the Golden
talented.
Gays are doing really great, by the way.
A lot.
And Valerie Clark, a very, very good friend of ours and our show, who's a sweetheart. She's joined us. Michael Ritzel, also a wonderful Jersey guy who, by the way, shout out to Michael Rizzo. This week was the 5th anniversary of his heart transplant. So this is such a big deal. He was an EMT guy for many, many years, had to stop working because he had to have a heart transplant, got his heart transplant, and now 5 years he is just doing beautifully. And we love Michael Rizzo. He's been on the show for our September 11th show because he was a first responder. Mm-hmm. Christina Zizza from Massachusetts, my good friend. The Zizzas were great friends of my family's in Boston. And Christina, I think I'm going to see your brother Rocco at the reunion. So the Zizzas, they were in every class. The Zizzas.
Zizza,
Michael Zizza, Susan Zizza, Christina Zizza, the Zizzas. And their dad was an insurance. Rocco Zizza Insurance, and it still exists.
The Zizza sisters.
I'm telling you. So now, Chuck, what are you doing this year?
I think we're going to my cousin Victoria's and Susie's daughter. So she's offered. I keep saying to my mother, I'm like, she goes, I'm done. I'm like, Mom, but you love Thanksgiving. She goes, I'm done. I've done it. Now it's up to all of you. So now my cousin Victoria is hosting, which is great. So my aunt, all the cousins, we do Christmas here at the house in Jersey. So we'll do Christmas Day here. And then we do Mother's Day. We do Father's Day. We've been here when I got a house. Now I have a lot of holidays.
Yeah,
but that's okay.
That's nice.
That's why I have a house.
That's nice.
Great.
Does Manny make the coquitos for Christmas?
I make the coquito, and his Puerto Rican family has told me that I make it very, very well. Thank you. I'll have to make it for you. I actually make it and make little bottles and give it out as gifts.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh no. Wow. I have a little special little.
I learned about coquitos from my Puerto Rican friend Edwin when I was managing mess hall. He would make coquitos.
It's pretty potent. It's really thick. It's really it's not low in carb, but you know, it just happens to cook.
Does it travel well?
I don't think so. There's milk in it.
There's milk, and also I do a little egg as well, so you'd have it right away, an egg white. So yeah, it's not, but it's good. It's thick.
Really good. It's like a Puerto Rican eggnog. Really.
Yeah. There's some things you don't get in California that you can really get, much easier in New York.
And that's what I love about all the different cultures. Like living in New York, I've learned so much about the different cultures and how they celebrate different holidays. Like Leo was making, like he was like, what? When I talked about the Italian Thanksgiving. But Chuck completely understands that.
I've heard it before. I didn't realize that it was first. And then I thought it was all together. I didn't know that you had to.
You do courses.
And there's also different kinds. Like my one side, like how you do your cranberry sauce. Like some people, like there's a very different. My mother, I think we do like 3 different ways of cranberries. Like there's different versions of cranberry sauce. Some people put orange in it. Then there's just the stuff out of the can, and even stuffing. My grandmother would used to put certain, like almost sausage in the stuffing. And my other side, the Santoro side, would do rice with chopped meat in the stuffing, which I still love. My mother made me some a few days ago. I have some I had it for lunch.
My mother did sausage and she did pine nuts.
Yeah.
Some people do walnuts or chestnuts in their stuffing.
When I make stuffing, I make a traditional, like almost American, but I put sausage, cranberries, craisins, celery. It's almost very traditional, but it's really got a bite to it. Now I was just got a message from Ricky Ritzel, and he is not going to be able to join us tonight because he got out of class. He was on the bus on the way home, and there was an accident, and the bus is not going to make it through. So it's okay, but let's Chuck, don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We are going, but let's plug Ricky Ritzel's show. Okay.
Okay. Let's.
So our friend Ricky Ritzel, who works at Don't Tell Mamas a lot, he is also multi-award-winning MAC member, and he is just works all the time. So he is doing, and that's why I wanted to have him on this week because it's this weekend, Ricky Ritzel's Broadway, Friday, November 26th at 7 p.m. And I believe it's at Don't Tell Mamas.
Mm-hmm.
And these are all the people that are in it. Anna Anderson, Anthony Castellano. He's also a great.
Oh, he's really good.
Wonderful. Sally Darling, Janet, Finale, Tara Martinez, incredible singer. Marty Mellett, Sean Patrick Mortang, Sydney Meyer, Marta Sanders, Warren Sean. It's hard to read this little writing. Lenny Watts and Debbie Zecker. So you have a star-studded lineup there at Don't Tell Mamas, Friday, November 26th at 7 p.m. So if you're in town, if you're visiting your relatives, you're in New York, Thanksgiving is over. Thanksgiving night, I'm working at Brandy, so come and see me. It's going to be a great night. That's on 235 East 84th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenue. And then Friday night, go and see Ricky Ritzel's Broadway with all those amazing singers, because I did want to plug this show. And Ricky, let me tell you, if he could have, he was so excited to be on the show, but obviously, what are you going to do?
The bus,
the bus, man. It's, you know,
it's New York City.
Marcy Castro has joined us. Hi, guys. Happy Turkey Day. Sending love.
I think the first promo I did for Maria, I was on a bus from my spot, from the, where's the Court Square in Brooklyn? All going up to my house is when on that bus. And luckily, that bus was on time.
And I love that promo that you did. You'll have to show that promo at some point, some other time. Okay, let's take a moment. Charles.
Yes.
Charles, let's take a moment.
I love the paintings of Charles behind you.
I know. Well,
those aren't they cool? I'm a bit of a Star Wars fan. So they're all spray painted by an artist. They're all signed. They're cool.
Wow.
They're spray painted? Wow.
Yeah.
That's really something.
And this is me as a Jedi.
Oh, what?
How'd you do that, Chuck?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I did work at FAO Schwarz. You know, this was a catalog. This was a catalog special. This was a catalog special. You know, I mean, there's. What else do we have?
What is it? What do you have, Charles?
This I just got in Barcelona.
Han Solo,
which is Han Solo, but there's a tradition you put there, and they have Han Solo, but look. He's pooping.
What? Why?
But it's a hand-painted, it's like a thing in Barcelona. And they had all these characters, and you're supposed to put it in your nativity.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah, I get.
So you're in Barcelona.
I'm in Barcelona for Hedman's birthday.
They have. Who do they have? Everybody doing
There's a thing. There's usually elves, and they have elves pooping, and they put it in their nativity, and it's like good luck or something, right?
No, why?
But now. I don't know. I'm not
Christmas.
Spanish. Is there anyone who could tell us? There's a whole thing about the history of why you put this like pooping elf in your nativity. It's supposed to bring you good luck next year.
What kind of good luck can it bring you?
I don't know, but I thought it was really funny, so I got the whole one.
That's almost as funny as the hide the pickle. There's a new thing that the hide the pickle, and it's a green metallic pickle that you hide in the tree, the Christmas tree. I think it's Scandinavian tradition or something like that.
Hide the pickle to me is something else.
Exactly. But they sell now as a tree ornament. This thing,
and you hide the pickle.
Yeah, and somebody's supposed to find it or something. Like your family member's supposed to find the.
You know what? I don't want any family members finding any pickles anywhere.
I don't have a tree.
Now what else are you?
Oh!
Wow.
Oh man!
Charles! Wow!
Okay, so are you watching Mandalorian and about to get into?
Oh yeah, of course.
Viewing parties.
And Boba Fett, the Boba Fett one's coming out soon.
Yeah, you can.
When I got my lightsaber, Hedman will make fun of it. Like he didn't make fun. He was sweet and indulged me. I cried when I did this. It is so emotional because you build it and you get to build all your you get to specifically.
Let's close up on that.
Yeah,
close up on that.
Right? Wow! Look at that! You built that?
I built that.
Does it make the sound? Does it make the sound when you turn it on? Oh man! I'm okay. I know where I'm coming to visit.
Yeah, this is great.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Maria,
That's incredible.
can I have a play date with Mr. Chuck, please?
You know what? I'll have to call Chuck's mother. Because she's the boss. Now, Chuck,
She is the boss.
What you have all you're also toyboy.com.
Oh yeah, I don't even do that anymore. I still we're going to update that website. When I was at FAO, it was just part of my job. But yeah, Chuck the Toy Boy was my past with when I played with toys like this all the time. But I haven't in a while.
And then
I used to
in tandem, you had a company called
in tandem with Liz.
And I used to work for you all the time.
Remember that time you were the Mad Hatter?
Yes, I still have that costume. I actually used it for Halloween this year.
You did?
Yes, because you gave me the costume.
Yeah.
You gave me the nice costume. The witch one I never use. I mean, I have it in the closet.
Oh my God, Chuck the Toy Boy. Yeah, that's what I.
Chuck the Toy Boy. Susie's used that costume. We used to go to Gilda's Club and do face paintings for the kids, and Susie would wear that witch costume.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, no, those are in tandem. We have a lot of. I have now costumes in my attic. They're all.
I know, so many memories, but we had so much fun. They were all fun memories, and then of course the Gypsy of the Year, the bonnet. I mean, we used to write the skits, Chuck and I, and sometimes Liz Zazzy would pop in there.
Liz Zazzy.
He's now like a big member of SAG. But okay, we're gonna take a moment and do the food section of our show.
Okay.
Which is called "Go Ahead, Keep Eating." So let's do that.
What are you making today?
Well, let's do it on 3. We'll say "Go ahead, keep eating." 1, 2, 3. Go ahead. Keep eating. Okay, what did I make? I didn't want to go with turkey because that's the obvious choice. It's Thanksgiving. I like hearty winter food. That's my thing. So we'll have Thanksgiving. Of course, that'll happen. So I didn't make that. What I did make instead is one of my favorite winter things. It's also very New England. Because being from New England, and the Pilgrims landed in Massachusetts on Plymouth Rock. So I'm going with a traditional New England. I made pot roast.
Oh, man.
Slow cooker pot roast with some allspice, some garlic, some onions. I've kept it very simple. A little bit, tiny bit of cumin. And so that's slow cooked today. Then these rustic potatoes. What I did was I didn't have time to like make too many things. So I took a baked potato and I made it in the microwave. Then I sliced it and I cooked it with some olive oil, some rosemary, parsley, salt, and pepper. So that's what I did with the potatoes. And then this is just a medley of vegetables. Simple. Butter, salt, pepper, cinnamon.
Perfect. Cinnamon?
Cinnamon is very, this time of year, specifically I actually made for Hedman and I made sweet potato fries. I baked them and I mixed olive oil, paprika, and pumpkin pie spice.
I use it all the time. I use it all the time with food. Pumpkin pie spice. Well, that's why the allspice also has nutmeg and all that. I like sweet and salty flavors. That's my thing. Now for the salad. I used Boston lettuce and romaine lettuce. Boston for the roots of the Pilgrims, and then romaine for the Italians. They love their romaine. And then now I have bacon bits, cucumbers, baby cucumbers, blue cheese crumble, and apples for the Big Apple.
Okay, that's what it is.
For the Big Apple parade.
That looks so good.
It's going to be delicious, and I'm having it with I'm going to put up Myers lemon olive oil and a pomegranate balsamic vinaigrette.
That's a lot of food, Maria.
It's just for me. Delicious. I'm eating it. This is my reward. And
well deserved.
Well deserved. We have to go with a traditional pumpkin pie.
Oh, pumpkin.
I bought a giant pumpkin pie at Costco yesterday. I ate some of it, and then I gave the rest of it away because it was not going to be good.
The pumpkin pies at Costco are ginormous.
They're amazing, actually. But my favorite pumpkin pie in the whole city is from Viniero's Bakery on East 11th Street between 2nd and 3rd. You have to order them well in advance. And then on Tuesday, which would be today, you stand in line with a bunch of other people with your little slip of paper, and you pick up your pies. And it's one of my favorite things to do, although I didn't do it this year because it's just I wasn't going to need a giant pie.
I used to work at a pie shop in my younger days, and I
Really?
tell you, Baker Square, if anybody remembers that restaurant, much like Marie Callender's,
Yeah.
and we would stay there until midnight all week, just boxing pies for the next day for the pie reservations, and we'd have a line around the building
I
getting
know.
the lemon supreme, the pumpkin, the French silk, all the.
I'm a big fan of pies. Did you see Waitress, Chuck?
Yeah. Oh, and they make it smell like pie
Like
when you walk in, which I
pies.
thought was great.
Yeah.
And they make the pies you eat. It was a great, and then you eat it at intermission. It was
It's
really
so
cute. I
good.
saw it the first time.
Yeah,
Really
I saw
great
with
show.
Jesse Mueller. I loved it. It's one of my favorite shows now. Belle Parker has joined us from Wisconsin. Belle
Ooh,
Parker,
we got comments.
we miss you. And happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Annette Zito. Oh my God. Our friend. We love you, Annette Zito. So happy to see you. Happy Thanksgiving, honey. Pies are the best. They are the pies. What's your favorite pie, Annette Zito? Annette is an amazing, amazing chef. Amazing chef. And she does she has a show called Kitchenette. Kitchenette. It's really good. And she cooks and does all these amazing recipes. She does a show for the Oscars, and she creates all these menus for the Oscars that are like kind of puns.
Hilarious and delicious.
And delicious. So now, Chuck, what did you have coming up? What are you working? Because I know during COVID, how did you survive as an events company?
We did virtual events. We pivoted to virtual events really quickly, and a lot of our shows just went
Sounds
virtual.
familiar.
Yeah, I mean, for all of us, like it wasn't, we got through it, and we're starting to see a change. I mean, it's really in 22 we're seeing live events. I just did my first live event though in Hawaii in October.
Wow.
For T-Mobile, which was great. And then we have some stuff coming up in the beginning of the year. So just baby steps, but we definitely see. We did virtual, T-Mobile, we did that. We did a virtual event for them. We did virtual Heineken, their virtual, their distributor meeting. We did this cool thing right above it for Qualcomm. We created a virtual platform for them, which was pretty unbelievable. It actually just won some awards and stuff. Really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
I'm curious, why do you call it case studies? I like that, but I was curious. On the top.
They're just I don't know why do we call them case studies? A lot of times we're just showing just examples of our work, so it's just kind of the best from different clients. And then, but the new thing is now we have virtual. We used to just have live.
Well, I think in a weird way, virtual reaches so many more people, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, the ROI, actually, if you're kind of, the good thing about virtual is we could know how long an attendee is online for. We can actually quantify, they're on this long, they're looking at a video this long, they're engaging in chat this long.
Wow.
So you can get a lot more data in virtual. And to your point, you can reach more people, but you're still missing the camaraderie of being at a live event, the one-on-one, the networking, the talking, having, a drink at the bar. Like you can't replicate that. I mean, we tried, we even sent, there's a great company that sent, this was really cool, an amazing virtual dinner out, and everybody was having the same dinner at this, and some people were in the same room, and the place setting, everything was the same, and it was eating the same food. So some people were together live and some people were there virtually, but they had the same place setting, the same dinner to try to bring as if we were in the same room together. So there was a lot of, innovation that came out of this time, but
necessity is the mother of invention.
Yep. And I thought about you. I was like, oh my God, what are they going to do? But I guess you guys did it. I mean, I saw a lot of the postings that you had. I want to so Thomas Lynham has joined us. He's in Massachusetts. He's a great singer, friend of mine. Michael Bradley. Hi, Michael Bradley and his wife, Dana. They're watching. And two other, wonderful people. So many wonderful people that we have here. I don't want to miss anybody. Of course, my cousin, Rena. Go ahead, keep eating. She was jumped on it. Andy Prosky, my favorite pot roast. Andy, let's have pot roast together in Jersey. I'll make it and bring it. I love a good pot roast. That's one of my favorite things. I love hearty winter food. I just love it.
I like winter food.
Yeah.
I want to ask you have your salad before, but growing up, we just had iceberg.
You know what? My mother did a lot of romaine. A lot of
Really?
romaine.
We just had iceberg.
And
it
we
was-
had our salad. Your sister, by the way, makes a great salad. And
She
we
does
had
make a
our
great salad.
I've had you. I mean, your sister puts the lemon on. I'm
But
like,
she brings it all the time. That's like her thing. She's like, I'm going to bring the salad. Like, that's
Yeah.
what she does.
yes,
Fun.
that's just so. That's her 10,000 hours. of
10
salads.
hours. She goes, I'm bringing the salad.
That's it.
We
That's
all
what
cook
she-
for hours and hours, and she brings her bags. I brought the salad.
And then
But
she
don't families do that? Maria, does your family, like, is one person got, like, everybody,
you know
at our
what?
family, my mom would bring the chili, my aunt would bring the potato salad, my Nina brought the rice. Like, everybody had their part that they did the
Well,
best.
I think that over the years that's happened more, but when we were kids, and Chuck, you can attest to this, our mothers were a one-man band. Like literally, I don't know how they did it. They were like, they had plates spinning, but my mother would cook everything.
Yeah,
Every
mine
single
too.
thing we ate.
That's how I am.
But people would bring desserts because my mother was not a dessert maker, and neither am I. So I would always be open to people bringing dessert or whatever. But Rena is an amazing baker, like an amazing baker. But she's also an incredible cook. So I think now, though, that we're older, this generation of ours and then the next generation has gotten smart about it. And it's like that. It's like, you bring this, we'll bring that, they'll bring that. And that's so much easier. It takes the burden off of everybody.
Not me. I love the holiday for the aspect of, for the past 25 years, whether I've been home or out in another state, I've cooked Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Top to bottom, Misfit Thanksgiving.
I love it.
All the way through. I just love it. You can bring the booze or maybe a pie or something, but I'm in the kitchen and get out of my kitchen.
Right. Well, we used to, when I was at Denise's in the village, I used to cook for everybody, but we used to kind of break it up. Like some people we'd have some people bring certain dishes. Some people would make like that monkey bread. Remember that monkey bread?
Right. Yeah.
There was one guy that every year brought that. And then there was somebody else that made an extra stuffing on the side. And, somebody else would bring mashed potatoes. Michael Isaacs would bring mashed potatoes. So I like that. I like when everybody contributes because it was a small kitchen, but you would cook for days. One of my friends from high school used to call me on this night. This was a big night that she and I would call each other because we'd be cooking 2 days before Thanksgiving. So she'd be like, what did you make tonight? And usually this night I'd be making the sauce and the lasagna because it had to be done because then I needed the oven for the turkey. Right. I know. It's crazy.
Poopa's actually Dominic.
Oh, Dominic Poopa Newts. Okay, Dominic. Now, Chuck, let's fill you in. So Dominic Poopa is our friend. He's a comedian. He's also one of the executive producers on the Long Island Medium and Mama's Boys. But I
love a Mama's Boy.
I love a Mama's Boy. Right. He promised us that he would do one of the new, not the nudes, but the anything but the apron, everything but the apron calendar. We have a calendar coming out for this show. And it's wearing nothing but
wearing an apron. I have my apron. I have the apron.
What would you consider? Would you consider? And if you can't do it, maybe you can volunteer Manny.
Hedman would probably be,
He said he was going to do it. I have.
Jimmy, I think, has given us a signal that we have to close up. Listen, think about it. You can use your special sword, your Star Wars sword.
It's a lightsaber, Maria. A lightsaber.
Whatever. Okay, lightsaber. You can hold it while you got the apron on. All right, think about it. Everybody, we want to thank our producer and engineer, Jim Bell. We want to thank Armed Radio, armeddigitalmedia.com, Armed Radio Global. We want to please check us out on YouTube, our YouTube channel. Check us out every Tuesday. We go into podcast, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. We love and appreciate you. Have the most wonderful Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Be nice to each other. Thank you, Jimmy.
Don't overeat. You don't have to finish your plate.